We all know that there has been a serious deficiency in research in Pakistani ELT sector. We know we have very few researchers as well as the studies produced by them working in this area. Though we have a huge ELT industry, a lot of English language material produced every year, and it is taught at every level from basic to higher education level, but still there has not been enough studies to fuel such teaching intellectually. So in order to see this deficiency and how we could promote a research culture in Pakistani ELT industry, we will try to discuss this phenomena in this module. Education, we all know, is a key to success in the contemporary world, and when we talk about education, an important component of education is the higher education, and higher education is now perceived incomplete without research. Therefore, all prosperous and developed nations have a developed research culture in their at least in their higher education sector. Pakistan is definitely well behind it. We do not have a fully developed or even reasonably acceptable research culture in most of our academic fields, including ELT. For successful survival, Pakistan's education system needs to develop a healthy research culture, which should spread over English language teaching as well. However, the question and an important question is how this culture can be developed. There could be certain measures in order to do so. I shall mention only few of them. The first one is practical application of knowledge. We have been talking more about theories and have been less focused on the application of knowledge. When we'll show our students about the practical application, that might invite them to do some practical research on their own. So we should focus on some practical application of the knowledge which is available to us in the books. We all say that knowledge is power, but what about utilizing that power? We do not utilize that power by applying the knowledge practically. Funding in the field of research has been very little. Research has been an ignored area because, historically speaking, Pakistani government has been provided very few resources to conduct research in various fields of study, especially those belonging to arts and humanities and languages. So ELT can be considered to be an ignored area in Pakistani education system, especially when it comes to the provision of funds by the government. We all know that there has been some foreign funding agencies which has been throwing funds in ELT research in Pakistan, but those have been very few. Moreover, recent economic downfall in Pakistani society and government has also compelled government to reduce their funds which are usually given to research in Pakistani education system. And even those funds which are available to us, most of our students and teachers are not aware of the ways to utilize them properly. So such students who can utilize funds and the teachers who are potential users of such opportunities, they must be trained how to do it. So government and policymakers should focus on such trainings. Changes in syllabi can also be helpful because it can help our students to contextualize studies and generate more ideas about various studies in their own context. We should also focus on introducing new methods because much of research in Pakistan has been focusing on traditional moth-eaten methods, introduction of new research methodologies, techniques, especially in language education, for example, technology-based techniques to conduct studies in the field of language, and its teaching can be very helpful. So there is a dire need to introduce new methods of investigation. In the end, we should also focus on making our students independent. This would help them in developing and in knowing new areas of investigation and developing some new topics for their own research, which would be deeply grounded in our own realities and context.